Is the world firewalling Chinese bid to acquire distressed companies across the globe? Well, yes, and for obvious reasons. India is the latest country to join the move to resist hostile business takeovers by China. Countries around the world have been tightening rules on foreign investments in key and critical sectors to ensure that the economy of that country does not become vulnerable and exposed to foreign funds. As reports suggest that Beijing is on a buying spree owing to the coronavirus pandemic-induced economic downturn, the world as a whole is reconsidering relations with China in the face of this new reality. Take, for example, the European Union. The European Union was among the first to tighten foreign investment rules in recent weeks. It was followed by many of its own member states announcing curbs of foreign investments to discourage bargain hunting by China. The biggest warning by the European Commission was for acquisitions in the medical healthcare sector. On the 25th of March 2020, the European Commission issued guidance that warned member states of increased risk of attempts to acquire healthcare capacities or related industries such as research establishments via foreign direct investment by China. Scope of the FDI screening regulation issued by the European Union Commission said that the need to screen a transaction should not be seen through the prism of the value of the transaction itself. It is for the first time that the European Commission has called upon member states that do not yet have an FDI screening mechanism to set up a full-fledged screening mechanism to address cases where the acquisition or control of a particular business or infrastructure or technology would create a risk to security or public order, including health security in the European Union. Coming to non-EU countries, Australia. On 30th of March, Australia temporarily tightened its rules on foreign takeovers on concerns that strategic assets could be sold off cheaply as a result of the coronavirus crisis. Again, in Canada, on the 18th of April 2020, Canada also tightened its foreign investment rules, scrutinizing direct investments in Canadian companies related to public health or critical supply chains during the pandemic, as well as any investment by state-owned companies or by investors with close ties to foreign governments. Finally, the latest addition is India. On the 17th of April, Government of India had reviewed its FDI policy for curbing opportunistic takeovers and acquisitions of Indian companies due to the current COVID-19 pandemic. Now, what is the reason why this decision was taken? The decision came at the back of People's Bank of China raising its stake from 0.8% to 1.01% in India's largest non-banking mortgage provider, the HDFC. It came as a shock, with many questioning the buying by Chinese entities at a time when the world is faced with its worst economic crisis. Without naming China or any other country, the amendment to the FDI rule states a non-resident entity can invest in India subject to the FDI policies except in those sectors activities which are prohibited. However, an entity of a country which shares a land border with India, which also includes China, or where the beneficial owner of the investment into India is situated in or is a citizen of any such country, can invest only under the government route. In addition, the centre has made another significant change in the FDI policy by blocking the indirect acquisitions of investments by entities based in China. Now, change in ownership of the investment will also have to be cleared by the union government.